It's asking for a friend on your morning show. We just talked to fake name Bella. Her couple friends, so I guess it's boyfriend's friend's girlfriend, asked if they'd be interested in having some adult time. She's not exactly too sure how to handle it. 877-995-4681 to call or text 99338. While we're getting you on hold, 30 minutes from right now, the fourth biggest War of the Roses of the year, thanks DMVlawyer.com. I believe it's one of the first ones we had this year with emojis on the card. So we're counting down the biggest roses of the year. Number 4, around 8:10 on your morning show. Now, I was propositioned once in my life that I know of for like a multiple adult thing.
Extravaganza.
Yeah, and I remember thinking I was in college. I was at a party, and it was this girl asked my friend and I, and you want to know what? In that moment, I knew I was not up for the challenge. I can barely get right with like 1, let alone 3. So I was like, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna pass. And I believe they're still together. So I want to say I was there from the beginning for that.
All right.
Rose, you were propositioned too, you said.
Yeah, I was just out of high school. I think I was like 19, and it was a couple friend that approached me, and it was the guy I was friends with, and his girlfriend apparently had mentioned to him that that she thought I was pretty. She wanted to do a little menage, I guess, and he called me and asked me, and I was like, I don't think my boyfriend would like that very much. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to be like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But I was like, I don't think my boyfriend would like that very much. And he's like, oh, well, he can join too. And I'm like, yeah, I think we're going to pass on this one. Thanks, though. Very awkward. But we remained friends after that. It was just a little more awkward.
I forgot, too. There was that listener that we talked to a couple weeks back who I guess her and her husband propositioned me after the comedy tour in Baltimore.
They were confident about that, too. There was like, we want you to come into our bedroom. It was like, okay.
Again, I think that unless I had a map and step-by-step directions, like IKEA directions, like with photos of what goes where, then maybe I'd have a fighting chance, but I'm also not good at putting together furniture, so probably... Probably wouldn't end well. 877-995-4681 if you have advice for what Bella should do. Let's go to Kiro in Baltimore. Good morning, Kiro.
Hi. I was just thinking that you could tell her maybe, I'm just not attracted to your man, or, I'm just not sexually attracted to you.
I don't know. That might backfire a little bit.
But, I mean...
It might.
But if it's true, though...
If you don't want to be honest about, your sexual preference, that would be the only thing that I could think of to say.
Yeah. I think that's fair. If it's that way, it's like... And then she knows in the future you're not a threat. Like, oh, she's not attracted to my man. I get that.
That's
think if you do it with tact, Kiro, and unlike how... If it was Eric, he would say, I think your partner's busted. That probably isn't the route to go.
He would say that, too.
Don't do that.
But I think with tact, that could be like a very beneficial way to go. Kiro, thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Thanks, my man.
My man.
Let's
go to Katie in Elkridge. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
So what's your advice for fake name Bella with asking for a friend?
I would just tell her to just be straight up with him and just say, hey, we're not into that, but I appreciate the offer. Because, I've actually been the one that asked another person just because I've been with my boyfriend for so long, and it's more or less a curiosity thing of, hey, well, let's try to spice it up a little bit, see how it goes. And if being overprotective and all, it's something about the jealousy that turns the girl on when it happens. It's mainly the whole reason why people ask for it anyway. It's not about the intimacy or anything that happens. It's about seeing somebody else with your man, and it makes it 10 times more intense.
Oh,
when it
really? Well, okay, so Kate, let me ask you this. We're among friends here. So did you ask a friend of yours, a friend of his? How do we choose the target?
I asked a friend of mine.
Okay, and then were they...
Because in that situation, you never want the guy to pick the girl, because then the girl's going to be like, hey, well, you got the hots for her. There's a reason why you're attracted to her. Versus if the girl picks the guy, then it's like, well, you're the one who chose this person. You got to choose somebody that you can trust, that's not going to try to come back later on. Or, try to come in between your relationship, which I thought was going to happen, but it completely fooled me, because instead of her trying to go after him, she tried to stay with me. It was just it was just a one-time thing. We just wanted to experiment, see how it goes, because we've been together for so long.
Sure.
We haven't been with anybody else besides each other.
Yeah.
we wanted to experiment together.
So can I ask, Kate, I'm curious. So did you just propose like, hey girl, can you talk for a second? Like, how do you bring that up? Like, did you bring over flowers and send her some Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, how do you go about this?
How do we approach this?
No, it was more or less like just a conversation like, hey, we're kind of curious about how it would be to, how would you say it?
Yeah, bring
Just
somebody else
do
for some
something
fun.
different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was wondering, you're pretty. I was wondering if you would be interested. If not, it's okay. I completely understand. No hard feelings. She was like, well, actually, I like you too. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that works too.
This is just one of those things where
But-
if I was dating somebody and they offer like, hey, I really think we should bring a girl in, I'd be like, this is a trap. Like,
No,
like,
yeah.
I'm about to
Never
get shot
ask
in the
the girl
crotch.
that. You got to let her ask you. Because if you ask her that, she's
Yeah.
like, what, am I not enough for you? But if the girl suggests it, like, well, then it's a complete different story.
I would think it was a trap, Kate. I'm gonna be honest. If we were dating and you asked me, I'd be like, you're gonna shoot me right in the face right now. Is what I'm
Yeah.
gonna
That's the
say.
same thing my boyfriend thought. And I'm like, no, to be honest, it's just I've never had that, how everybody says that college experience of,
Yeah.
the same sex. Well, I've never had that. And I was like, well, I want to see what everybody's talking about. But I don't want to leave you to go
Yeah.
do it. So why not do it together?
I mean, look,
He was like, are you
I
serious?
mean-
Like, you're going to kill me. I'm like, no, I'm
No.
being, like, dead serious.
And
like,
it's
I'll
bonding.
find a girl that I can trust,
yeah.
and then we just have fun, and then we leave it from there.
And then when you do your couple memory books at the end of the year, you write down the date and like this is the year Tiffany joined us. And like that's like, it's just something to look back. I get it. Like might as well do with somebody you trust. I understand that. Like it makes sense.
Right,
to
and
me.
it made it a lot easier because she didn't have a boyfriend, so it was just her.
Okay,
It's
sure.
a lot harder for a man to accept another man to come into that type of situation versus a girl with another girl. Because the guy's thinking like, well, I ain't gonna have another guy jump by me. But the girl's like, well, she's hot. It's kind of just like reenacting
No,
an adult film.
I understand, Kate. I understand so
Woo.
much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling and listening. I have learned more in this phone conversation than I have years on the
I
internet.
know.
All right, guys, have a good day, my
You
man.
too.
My
My
man,
man.
thank you so much
Ooh-wee.
for
My
listening.
man.
You see, you just learn. We're open minded on this show.
Yeah.
we learn things every single day. I think this is
Your
this
voice
very
is
easy.
so high pitched right
No,
now.
because-
It really is. What is happening to you right now?
Because I thought that's amazing. This is like, but also though too, as a dude, if I was dating somebody, if like next time I start dating somebody, if they came to me and said, "Hey, I really think I'm gonna bring a friend in and we're gonna have some fun," first of all, I would know like you're both gonna be disappointed. Instead of one of you being disappointed, you're both gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
But also, I would assume that it's a trap. 110% would assume this is a trap. This isn't gonna go well. I'm gonna pretend I'm not even there. I would call out sick to my own thing that day. That's probably honest to God, like this is not real. So to hear that guy living the life, that's amazing. If you want to continue advice over text 99338 for fake name Bella. The advice you would give if you were offered some extra time with some friends, you don't want that 99338.